If you are on a ketogenic or low-carb diet, you need to track your carbohydrates. But what do you keep track of? Total carbs or net carbs? We will answer that in this video. Hi, I'm Dr. Becky. I'm a college instructor of the Science of Nutrition.
And I'm Dr. Keith. I'm a chiropractor in private practice for the past 27 years. You're watching Two Fit Docs, where we turn weight loss resistance into weight loss results.
And we have done that following Keith, as he has lost 80 pounds, following a ketogenic diet. So, what do you count, total carbs or net carbs?
I count total carbs.
Okay, so we go with total carbs. First of all, explain what net carbs are.
So, net carbs are, you take total carbs, grams, minus fiber, at least when you're talking about natural food like avocados, and that gives you the net carbs. And those are like, they consider them impact carbs. Mm-hmm. However, with you're talking about packaged or processed foods, it is a little bit different. Net carbs are calculated by taking total carbs again, minus the fiber and minus any sugar alcohols, like the sweeteners.
Right, so sugar, you know it's a sugar alcohol if it has OL on the end. So if you see things like xylitol, sorbitol, maltitol, it's most likely a sugar alcohol. They are artificial. They're a type of artificial sweetener. And so food manufacturers like to count net carbs because they have the premise that not all carbs are created equal, which is true.
So refined carbs, as we all know, they cause a blood sugar increase and then an insulin increase. And we know when your insulin is up, your fat is being stored, not being burned.
Mm-hmm. High fiber ones don't cause the same spike. They're absorbed very slowly,
right.
So they don't have as much impact, right? They're not
right.
impact
right.
carbs. They say similar thoughts about sugar alcohols in that we think of them as having very few calories, so they don't have much of an impact on your blood sugar. So you know what, that leads us really into the first of the three reasons that we count total carbs and not net carbs. And that first reason is that not all sugar alcohols are created equal. Some of them will spike your blood sugar and insulin.
Response, yeah.
One of the biggest culprits is maltitol. Maltitol has a glycemic index of 35. Well, that means that it is creating a change to your blood sugar, which is potentially going to increase insulin, cut off fat burning. And unfortunately, it's one of the most common used in packaged foods, like, for instance, low-carb protein bars. Yeah, so if you turn over and you look at the ingredients list, and it's full of maltitol, but on the package it's like written all over, only 2 net carbs, have as many as you want, right?
Well, they look good. They're covered with chocolate and
Sure.
they've got peanuts in them, but
Sure.
they only have 2 net carbs, so they got to be good for you.
Right. Well, if it's got 2 net carbs, but it has a lot of maltitol, you're probably not getting the free ride that you were hoping for. So it complicates things.
Right.
The second reason that we count total carbs and not net carbs is because if it's not already, it's going to be a marketing ploy. So do you want to run with that, or
Right. So food manufacturers aren't stupid, and they understand. I mean, low carb and ketogenic is becoming a real movement. So food manufacturers, they're all about selling products, making money. So they are going to find a way to add fiber and sugar alcohols into their products so they can get the carbs down. Then they're going to market it using the net carb ploy.
Right. So they fortify their foods with fiber, and that fortified fiber, that processed fiber, is not the same as we would get with natural fibers. So in like a fruit or an avocado or a vegetable, we have natural fibers. So those would be insoluble fiber and soluble fiber. So insoluble fiber does not get changed when it goes through you. It pretty much goes in and comes out the same way, right? So your dog goes out to the yard, picks up a stick and eats it. Well, what's going to happen in a couple of days? You're going to have that stick back in your yard.
That's right.
Right.
Pennies as well.
Pennies are not actually fiber.
Oh, but they go in the same way and they come out the same way.
I believe your mom told me that story, but
Yes.
maybe we'll share
I
that.
processed a penny.
Okay, so and where was I? Soluble fiber.
Now you're into soluble fiber.
Soluble fiber is is a little bit different. It will mesh with water when it goes inside of you. So when it will move through your system, it kind of becomes like a gel, and it'll make it the whole way down into your colon, where those good bacteria, those good gut bacteria that we talk about from your gut microbiome, they will ferment that soluble fiber and turn it into short chain fatty acids. Very good things for your health. Not only your gut health, which is very good for protect your colon from cancer, has cardiovascular help. It will help with type 2 diabetes. It can even
reduce inflammation. It can lower blood sugar.
Yeah, so
just there's a lot of good things.
Yeah, we want that soluble fiber. We want
Right.
those natural fibers inside of us. They're super helpful for our health. Processed fiber that gets added to food will come from a cheaper source like cornstarch.
Right. So the manufacturers are adding a combination of soluble and insoluble fiber, and a lot of times it comes from cornstarch. In fact, one of the big culprits that they have is called IMO, which is isomalto-oligosaccharide. And here's the thing with this, that it goes into the small intestine and it can get absorbed there way before it reaches the gut in the colon.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's getting absorbed in the small intestine, guess what? It can raise blood sugar
Right.
and insulin.
Right, right. So, I guess we could say not all fibers are created equal either.
We could.
And so there, we have this fear. It's going to become, even as more and more people go into the low carb ketogenic lifestyle, food manufacturers are going to get smarter. They're going to fortify with more of this cheap fiber. You're not getting the benefit you want. It brings us to our third reason we count total carbs, not net carbs. It is a slippery slope, right?
It is. One of these days, you're going to see boxes of Frosted Flakes that say net carbs and this stuff, and you know that just can't be true.
Yeah, yeah. In our opinion, count total carbs, keep them under 50 grams per day, and you'll be in that keto range. Keith kept his under 30 grams a day for his body,
Right.
and that's what worked for him.
And stick with natural food. Stay
Yeah.
away from the packaged and processed food because you just it's not going to be good for your diet.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So there you have it. We count total carbs. That's what we recommend. I hope that was helpful to you. And anything else?
Total Carbs rock.
All right. There we go. See you next week. Thanks. Oh, okay. I got it.
Is it
All
going?
right. It's recording, I guess.
All right, all the lights are on.